Home rolling. It's one we get asked hundreds of questions about every year. Easy ways to home roll. It's something we used to do back in the 80s, 90s. We used to roll a ridiculous amount of kilos at home, upsetting us parents and then wives, etc. We learnt after a good time, best doing in a garage or a shed. But what do you need for home rolling? Obviously a bucket. You'll probably have a bowl at home for doing this. But a sausage roller, these are Gardner, and the bait rolling table. Today we're going to be doing 18mm. Regarding bait wise, today we're going to be doing big fish mix. Long time favourites for anglers worldwide, catches fish wherever it goes. Keeping it a little bit different to our range. You obviously need the eggs, fresh eggs, straight from the supermarket today. For this one, Nutrabaits. Long time classic, it doesn't get any better. For a flavour, pineapple and butyric. You associate it with trigger, but on this occasion, big fish mix, it's just as effective. And then to finish it off, one of my favourites, green lip mussel. The recipe for this blend will be following at the end of the film. So how do we go on? First off, with the fresh eggs, like to base it, one egg is approximately 100 gram of base mix. Depending on your liquid package, it can vary. So all we're doing, make a mess. Right, there's 5 eggs gone in there. It's up to you whether you want to add this eggshell. If you wanted to add an eggshell for put a bit of crunch factor, it literally is just break it up as small as you can, get it into there. At this stage, all we want to do is whisk those eggs up. And once they're done, all it is adding your liquids. Right, that's mixed up and ready to go. Right, at this stage, it's adding your liquids. Many ways to measure it out. You've got stringers readily available on the internet, different type measuring jugs, or the old medicine spoons. One size 2.5mm, the other's 5mm. But what I want to do at this stage is get the liquid food in there. What I'm going to be doing for this is 25mm. So you can either your measuring spoon, level, right, that's 25mm gone in there. Now the flavour. For this particular one, I'm going to be putting 7.5mm. So quite simple. 5mm from one side, flip it round, 2.5mm the other. It'll give a strong aroma that sits with the mix beautifully. And then last but not least, green lip mussel. And all I'm going to do here is 5mm and add it in there, and then all it is whisk all that in, get it evenly through that mix. I can smell the aromas coming through. I can smell the Nutrabaits, I can smell the pineapple and butyric acid. Once you've got it comfortably mixed together, like so, it's time to start adding that base mix. So all it is with this, start off with an approximate amount, what you believe is about 300-400 gram. Then once you've got it nearly there, you just need to keep adding a little bit at a time until you've got the consistency. And the consistency is so it doesn't stick to you, but it's still tacky. You can see it mixing through there. It's coming together. That's way too soft, obviously, but it's all getting into the mix. A little tip in the height of summer, when you've done your base mix, when it's red hot, it can get a bit sticky. What you can do is drop it in a bag, seal it up, drop it in the fridge, and it just takes the tackiness off it and makes it roll easier. So in a few seconds it's going to be getting the hands in there and start getting dirty. At this stage, to make it easier, the scoop. Right, we're getting near to that stage, it's time to get the hands dirty. Straight away you can feel it's still too wet. On your finger ends you can feel it too wet. I'm trying to get the wetness out of that mix. I'm still keeping tacky. Right, it's getting there, but it's still a bit on the soft side. You'll know straight away if it's sticking to your hands, it's not going to roll. So that just needs a little bit more. You can imagine doing this in a kitchen. If you've got a stinky flavour like monster crab or garlic or butyric acid, you're going to upset your family. So be careful where you roll. Right, we're getting there now. Right, at this stage, we're getting ready to go. What I'll do before we start, I'll just wash up for a second and then we'll get straight into rolling. Right, we've had a tidy up, ready to start rolling. You want a clean surface before you start rolling. Some water handy, because what you want to do in between rolling tends to stick to surfaces. Keep it wiped down on a damp surface at all time. It just makes everything life a bit easier. So at this stage, with the rolling tables, very basic, very simple to use. These are double-sided, one size 18mm, one size 14mm. Obviously doing 18mm this time. It is, get your sausage, start it going. Once it's approximate to size, it is, put it on, turn it over, and that's ready to go through the rollers. So repeat that process over and over again before we go on the rollers. Same again. So what we'll do is repeat the process until we've done all the mix. Sausages ready to go through the rollers, this being the Garner 18mm. So quite simply with this one, it's add them on. You can put one on at a time, two on at a time, and all it is quite literally start off light, speed it up, and there you are. Once you've rolled them all off, the next stage is boiling. Nutrabaits, we use steamers, but to help you guys, there's possibly not got steamers at home. We've got a deep fat fryer here, fill it with water, acts the same principle. You guys at home will probably do it with a pan. Nice and simple, we get them through there. What we'll be doing, 2.5 minutes boiling time with these baits. Then it's just tip them onto a tea towel of some description, soak up the moisture, leave them overnight to dry. Couldn't be any easier. These are 18mm baits. They're about to go in the boiler. 2.5 minutes. We're going to boil these for this is big fish mix. We've got his phone set up with the timer. Here we go. Set off going. As soon as it bleeps, it's ready to lift out and shake onto his tea towel. Then it's just a matter of leaving them to dry all night, and they'll be ready tomorrow morning to bag and freeze. They're finished now, so all we're going to do, tip them onto there, tea towel, let them dry overnight, give them a quick shake so they don't stick. This is one recipe to get you started, which will be coming up on films shortly. Or you can check our website under base mixers, and it's got tried and tested recipes that's been catching fish for well over 25 years. Let us know how you're getting on your fishing.